Oh, fuck. What the fuck did I do?
Have you been feeling sad most of the time, losing interest in things you once cared about?
Well, not me over here thinking I'm safe because I switched over to Opera with the freaking music and ads. Oh, wait. The chances are less, but it's never zero. Good morning, good morning. I'm gonna switch stuff over here real quick. Maybe. Maybe. Hello? Hey, there I am. I hope everyone's having a good morning so far. Ugh. My allergies are kicking my ass this morning, if we couldn't tell. So, unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. So we are stuck. We are very stuck on that one. I mean, except for my allergy meds, but I don't wanna take. I can wait till later. Like a little bit before I have to mow my lawn today. I didn't feel like mowing yesterday. I was too tired when I got off work, so I'm just like, not today. Not today. So we're just hanging out this morning. I should actually plug that in. And then I think about it. Hold on a second. Give me 1 minute. Again. Yes, Mahlu? May I help you? Anyways, I decided I wanted to... We're not doing that today. Nope, we're not doing that today. Go. Nope. Boy. 1 moment, please. The clock. Sorry about that. We have been making some choices this week. As far as the floof goes, it's been too hot for me to take him out for walks or anything. So there's that. It just started cooling down yesterday, and the plan is to take him for a walk as soon as there is daylight out. But he's been a schmuck. He's been a schmuck. So there's that. The floof has been in many a timeout this week. And he knows better. And I know he can hear me. Because I have the door open. I am talking about you. I am making this very clear. So, there's that. Life this week has been interesting. Needless to say, my week has been both metaphorically and kind of physically shitty. Because of some of those choices from the floof. And because it just hasn't been vibing this week. work has been interesting this week. That is for sure. So, yeah. We're trying to turn it around. I also started doing some feng shui stuff with my house because the vibes haven't been vibing. The vibes have not been vibing. So I'm just over here being just like, well, I can't do anything else on that matter, right? I don't have the things I need to paint the house outside of the equipment itself. I need the actual paint. So I'm over here thinking to myself, okay. What can we do currently that will help with the things? So we decided on feng shui. I mean, the bed one worked. That one, that one has been helping a lot. I slept so freaking good. So freaking good. The other night, so I was just like, oh, there's something to this. There's something to this. Okay. So I've been looking into that recently, along with some other stuff. Let's see here. What else? I've also been looking into things to decorate my room. I want to get a cloud ceiling. I think it would look really pretty in my bedroom with the vision I have in mind for it. So there's that. I think it's gonna look cool. I'm really excited about that one. I gotta wait on that one though. What else? Hold up. Ugh. Had to stretch it. I've also found the colors I want for my living room and my bedroom. I've also been cleaning the house, deep cleaning it in slow little portions because of the amount of energy I have for the day and because most of it does get used at work, unfortunately. My job isn't super labor intensive, but it's enough to get a good workout. Like, you know, those workouts where you're just like, oh, hey, this is kind of nice, this is kind of easy, yeah, but you're still lifting a lot of stuff. That's what we got. So I'm just over here just hanging out, doing my things. I was also looking in the mirror the other day, just doing, I think it was my hair. Was it my hair? I don't know. Either way, I saw my arm and I'm just like, oh, hello. Because there's some good bicep muscle there that I hadn't seen before. So I'm just like, oh, look at me go. So that's also been fun. Good coffee. Yep. So yeah, we've just been doing the things basically, or trying to, for all this week. We have had the struggle bus this week. That is for sure. Not great. It's not been great this week, I'm gonna be honest with you. But we're trying. It is what it is at this point. Because life do be lifing, and the vibes do not be vibing, but we are trying. That's where we're at, we're just trying. I have not fried this week. We have not made it to that point, so I think we're good. Hopefully. Just quick knock on wood there. Anywho, we're gonna be reading more of the story today. I hope y'all are okay with that. Pretty sure you are. You're still hanging out here. And yeah, let's see. I also had it bookmarked this time, so I know where I'm at least page-wise. I do not remember where we stopped exactly. So, little recap, I guess. Oh, wait, nope, I found it. I found it, I just saw the line, and I'm just like, oh yeah, that's the one right there. Alright, so, a reminder to those of you who are a little bit new here. Just a little bit new here. I'm gonna zoom in real quick. Here. Is that the... No, that's not the height I want. There we are. Okay. So, for those of you who are new here, I have been... I don't want to zoom in that much. I have been reading a book called That Time I Got Drunk and Needed a Love Potion at a Werewolf by Kimberly Lemming since my Live 2D debut in June. So we have been slowly making our way through the book and we have been laughing a lot. Good. So I do appreciate that from you Whimsiboos and everyone just hanging out in chat. Because it is a fun story and I do really enjoy it. So, we're gonna be continuing that today. I gotta change that in the things, don't I? And continuing story time. Alright. There we go. Things updated. Things be vibing. Things be popping. It's all good. Peppy not having it. Okay. Come on. There we go. Okie dokie. So. I'm gonna continue reading, and because I do not have a book asset, I'm gonna need you all to use the most amazing power given to us by D&D, and that is the power of mental theater. Your imagination. So I'm gonna need y'all to use your imagination on this one because, again, I don't have a book asset, okay? It's just me. It's just me reacting to the things as I read. I have not read ahead. I've been a good noodle. That's right. I've been a good noodle. Even though I so very much wanted to read ahead. Like that is a thing. It's been in the back of my mind. I assure you. It's certainly been there. So yeah, we are going to be reading more of the story, so I hope you all enjoy it with me. So I think I'm gonna keep the music going in though, because I do love the vibes. It is the spooky season, and we are full supporters of spooky season around here. Because the Spooky Life chose us and we didn't choose it. It's just there. Okay. Ready? What? Gotta stretch this. Clear the book. Alright, here we go. Would breakfast help my case at all? He asked. I wiped a tear from my eye and sat up straighter. Is that what's burning? He shot up in a panic. Oh, fuck, my eggs! The werewolf ran back to the house, scaring a portion. Continuing. Scaring a poor sheep once more. banging pans followed not far behind. It was then I noticed Kevin, my black ram, his normally coarse coat shone like black diamonds in the sunlight. He stomped his hoof and threw his impressive horns in Felix's direction, as if to tell the world just how pissed off he was at the impromptu agreement. At the base of his left horn was a tattered piece of brown cloth. No doubt remnant of a fight he must have put up. Even I had a hard time getting that bully to do anything without getting a hoof to the chest. If he didn't give off such fine wool, I would have turned him into mutton chops years ago. Little shit. Hello, hi. I made my way back into the kitchen to see an increasingly distraught werewolf trying to beat smoke out of the small window above the counter. His massive frame was still deeply intimidating, but from what I could tell, he meant no harm. Deep breaths, Bree. Felix, so why don't you go have a seat in the other room? The demon began to make a noise of protest, but hushed when I grabbed his arm and gently but firmly pulled him out of the kitchen. I mean, at that point, I would have pulled him out of the kitchen too. I would have pulled him out of the kitchen too. Ah, frick. Always the ads. It is always the ads when I play music. Again, the chance is very small with opera, but it is never zero. Are we back to normal? Sweet. Yay. In his werewolf form, he could have easily shaken me off, but instead he closed his free hand over the one I had on his arm and let himself be led out of the smoking room. I motioned for him to sit down on a plush love seat and kicked a footstool near his feet. Just wait here a bit and I'll bring us some coffee and a snack. Nope, never for real. Never zero. That is true. Hello, hi, welcome. We're just hanging out and I'm reading a story, so there's that. It's very funny too. I've been having a lot of fun. Felix moved to stand to back up. Bree, hey, wait, hey, let me help. Sit, she ordered without turning back. A few minutes and a smoke-free kitchen later. That is always a good thing. I returned with fresh coffee and a plate of grilled cheese sandwiches. Not the fanciest breakfast, but it got the job done in a pinch. Cooking wasn't normally something I enjoyed. Anyway, so the simple dish had its merits, in my opinion. Okay, so I hope you like, where are your... Okay, so I hope you like, where are your clothes? In my brief absence, Felix had him return to his human form, his very naked human form. He still wore my He still wore my frilly green apron, but nothing else. A beautiful sight that happily burrowed its way into my mind, never to leave again. I probably should have turned away, but considering all that happened that morning, a well-muscled chest seemed to feel like a fair payment. He interrupted my sleep after all. The sight of all that smooth, fair skin pulled over the tight cords of his muscles was definitely worth waking up for. Felix's face blushed scarlet and quickly tugged at the pants around his ankles. Sorry, he murmured. My clothes don't transform with me, so I took them off while I was working outside. He must have noticed my appreciative glance and paused his movements. Was I drooling? No, damn it. I'm a lady. Felix raised a brow. Or I could keep them off if this is working for you. No, I snapped, placing the food and drinks on my coffee table. Put your clothes back on. He hummed and did it as instructed, but not without a satisfied grin the whole way through. Oh my goodness. Once dressed, Felix took his place back on the love seat. I slumped down in the armchair across from him and sighed. At the soothing scent of morning coffee, the cheesy goodness of the first bite of my sandwich made the morning better all around. Logically, I felt I should be more concerned at the fact that I was sitting across from the man that broke into my home, but I felt particularly responsible for his behavior. I mean, fair. Very fair. What on this... What with eating a love potion at his head and all, if the warning on the side of the bottle was true, then crazy erratic behavior would be something I'd have to deal with for the next couple of weeks. Honestly, a man showing up and doing my chores wasn't the worst thing that could happen to a woman. She's right. She's very right. She is very right. Obviously, we need to talk about what happened last night. I began after a sip of coffee. Running a hand through his blonde hair, the man leaned back in Love's seat as if he owned it. I just feel like I'd hear you a lot better if you were over here next to me. My senses are dulled in this form, you know? He patted his lap in invitation. Don't push your luck. Damn. Whether the immediate rejection affected him didn't show on his face. The same easygoing smile remained through his cup of coffee. I polished off my grilled cheese and was hounding for another, but polite society demanded I wait until my guest took his first. Please help yourself to a few sandwiches. Felix glanced at the plate in front of us. 4 ticks of the clock went by. Do you not like grilled cheese? I can try to whip up something else. No, this is fine. Judging by the twitch of at the edge of his grin, logic would determine that was a lie. Sitting up straighter in his seat, Felix took hold of the top sandwich. A string of sharp cheddar stretched its steaming goodness against the one below before breaking off. The man stared long and hard at the treat before taking a large bite out of the corner. So what did you want to discuss? Well, for starters, why are you being so weird about a sandwich? Judging by what I read off the back of that love potion, it looks like you're going to be stuck like this for at least 2 weeks. We should make a few ground rules on how to handle the situation until you go back to normal. This is my normal now, beloved. I've imprinted on you. He finished off his sandwich with grim determination and eased back in his seat. You don't know that for sure, though it could just be the love potion affecting you. I mean, very true, very true. How many kids do you want? I choked on my coffee, spilling the hot liquid over the front of my nightgown. The werewolf calmly walked to the closet next to my bookshelf, took out a neatly folded handout, and handed it to me. Never in the half hour that I'd been aware of his presence did I show him where I kept the towels. How long has he been in here? Come again? I asked, coughing. Relaxing back into the love seat, Felix waved a hand around to the room. Kids, your home is cozy but small. If we're going to have more than two, then I'll have to build an extension. If we knock out the back wall of your sewing room, that would be a fine place for it. Hold on! Blue Eyes took on a wistful note as he continued. A huge family has been a dream of mine. So I'm partial to 10, but I'm willing to negotiate. Excuse me? Sir! Sir! Oof. Oh, girl. What have you gotten yourself into? Choking turned into harsh wheezing. The risk of suffocation grew each second. I couldn't figure out how to get that damn coffee down my throat. Felix moved to sit on the armrest of my chair and rubbed circles along my back. Easy, darling. Take small breath. 10 kids? My mind was reeling. I barely saw my mom and my brother. Her brother's name is Kuda. I wonder what her mom's name was at this point. My brother Gudo, more than once a week, if it could be avoided. We'd gotten our family cheese shop down to a strict pattern, where I made the cheese and dropped it off. Gudo sold the cheese, and our mama was off somewhere in the abyss, leaving us the hell alone. None of us were much in the way of attention and liked to keep it that way. Spending time at Sin's home growing up gave me a small insight into what a normal family might look like. But even before my sister, Cherry, disappeared, there was only 6 of them. More importantly, I could leave when it got too rowdy for my liking. Having 10 kids running around my quiet home sounded like a punishment for past life grievances. Slow down. I snapped, getting up. There's no reason to even talk about that now. You'll forget about this whole thing once the love potion wears off. Or I won't. His tone dropped to something low and dangerous. I found myself backed into my bookshelf as he grew closer. Felix braced my arm above my head. Braced an arm. She's getting covenant! She's getting covenant! Yes! Felix braced an arm above my head and gently traced my jawline with the back of his knuckles. Once again, my heart felt it pertinent to form an escape plan and renewed its efforts to beat out of my chest. Is it really so hard to believe that you're mine? I've been under the effect of my fair share of spells. Nothing has affected me with this much intensity. Soft lips grazed the skin just above my ear. Just above my ear. I shivered as his hand eased its way down my back body to settle on my waist. Ooh. Ooh. Words, how speak, came my eloquent response. Is it the thought of a fated mate that scares you? His deep voice caressed my ear in a way that reminded me of just how deeply single I've been for the past year. Judging by the rather interesting books you have on the shelf, I assumed the idea might excite you. Oh gods, he found my romance books! His mouth curved in a smile against my temple. Let's see, Wicked Wolves and Wandering Woman. A Shifter's Desires. Kill me now. My tormentor paused for a moment, then removed his hand to snatch a book from the shelf. Rejected by her alpha mate, Rejected Princess Book 1. My stomach bottomed out. Anything but that series. Rejected Princess was one of the craziest theories that I'd ever gotten into. The plot lines were filled with ridiculous angst, cheesy lines about true love and sex, and made a point to shove in every possible trope it could. But damn it, I didn't eat it up. That 15-book series like it was my job. Now, why in the world would anyone reject their mate? I shot a hand out to grab it back, but the tall bastard easily raised it out of my reach. Look, that series came out years ago. It was a different time in the romance game. Ignoring my retrieval attempts, Felix read the first few pages and tutted. Even if Darren is in love with Jolene, you can't fight an imprint. That should just bid each other they should just bid each other farewell and be done with it. He easily dodged another swipe at the book. It's not that simple, I huffed. Jolene threatens to banish Dolly to the realm of forgotten. To the realm of forgotten woman. If Darren doesn't agree to marry her. It's a layered plot, okay? Felix snickered and held the book higher. I see nothing wrong with a bit of drama in a love story, judging by the sea of alpha titles and barrel-chested men on the covers. Is it fair to say an aggressive approach would work better on you? Ooh. A shiver ran down my spine at the predatory glint in his eyes. Felix slammed his free hand on the shelf behind me, just to the side of my head, boxing me in. He leaned it in close enough to breathe. His breath whispered against my face. Should I growl in your ear that you're mine and toss you over my shoulder? I admit, it's not my style, but for you, Lamb, anything. This man is a menace to my heart. It wasn't as if I was ashamed of my reading choices, but having a shelf full of werewolf love stories was a little awkward when I had an actual werewolf backing me against them. Despite my indignation, I couldn't help but squeeze my thighs together as he pulled in between them. Naughty fantasies I'd normally reserved for my nights alone came racing to mind. The deep blue in his eyes darkened into something reminiscent of storming seas. He leaned closer still and licked his lips, an action that had no right to be that enticing. When I turned away, he placed the book back on the shelf and lifted my chin, forcing me to look at him. Just say the word, Lamb. Tell me what you want me to do. I'd be more than happy to fill any desire those books gave you. My breath came out in a harsh shudder, and I closed my eyes to will away poor decisions. I can't. His thumb stroked my jawline in a slow, gentle rhythm. Why? I blinked and tried to refocus my thoughts. It wouldn't be right. You're drugged, and I don't want you to do something you'll regret. Felix chuckled, a small dimple. Oh, he has dimples. He has dimples, chat. He has dimples. Oh my goodness. A small dimple appeared on the left side of his mouth. A sweet little lamb, protecting the virtue of the wolf trying to eat her up. You really are something, Bree. So what about when my 2 weeks are up? If I still burn for you, then what will you do? Leaning my head against the shelf, I sighed and let honesty slip through. I imagine I'll be begging you to bend. Oh my goodness. I imagine that I'll be begging you to bend me over the nearest surface. Suddenly, the heat in his body was gone. Felix backed away several steps and turned around, running a frantic hand through his hair. To be honest, I fought an army of manticores and the dark magic of a lich. Both tasks pale in comparison to resisting the urge to shred that gown off you and oh. I'm not finishing that one. I cannot finish that line though. Woo! That's spicy. No, I accidentally stopped the music. Come back. I swallowed and slid down the bookshelf to sit on the floor. I crossed my arms to shield. Oh, I love these books. I really do. Hello, hi. Welcome. We're reading a spicy book. Tis spicy story time. Yep, I started reading this book that time I got drunk and needed a love potion at a werewolf. Yep. During my Live to DU debut, and we have just been trying to do the things ever since. Okay, hold up. Ah! Oh my goodness. I'm trying to... Spicy books are good, yes. Hello, welcome! We're having fun over here. I'm laughing my ass off as I react while I'm reading. It is very spicy though. It is a very spicy book. But welcome, raiders, and everyone just hanging out. So, yeah. We're just reading a spicy book. It is a spicy book kind of morning. Under normal circumstances, I doubt anyone would consider the long white garment sexy. Especially not with the dancing sheep embroidered along the hem. Let alone the matching bonnet, but the way Felix looked at me would make any woman weak in the knees. This is going to be a long 2 weeks. Oh my goodness, this girl. But yeah, have you read Lights Out or Hooked? No, I haven't. To be honest, I'm gonna put the book down for this. So for the last couple of years, actually, my brain has not let me read any fiction books until I got to this one. And the only reason I bought it is because it was stuck in my head for a month, because I was hanging out with my family and we had went to Barnes & Noble. I'll have to look into them then. Let me write that down real quick though. What's up? Look up. Out and book. Okay. No. No. Oh, but I mean, outside the cover is beautiful. But the book was stuck on my mind just because of the title. Well, the thing is, my brain, when, how do I think? When my brain's just like, oh, there's something off here, we might need to fix, or look at ways to be better, we have to fixate on self-help stuff and materials. I have no control over it, unfortunately, so I cannot read fiction until I found this book at Barnes & Noble. And I couldn't get the title out of my head for a month, so I'm just like, you know what? I was looking for something to do for fun for my debut, my Life 2D debut, and we ended up reading Spicy Book. And it went from 0 to 100 in 3.5, so yeah, that's what we ended up doing. And it's been fun since, and I have been slowly getting back into reading fiction, which I do love. I did not think a Spicy Book would be the first one to go back to on my list. So, again, we've just been reading the Spicy Book, and I've been having a lot of fun. But yeah. Basically, I'm just happy that my brain's just reading something other than other than self-help books. Even if it is a spicy fiction book. But it is good. It is good. You cannot see the hand motion, but it is good. I'm enjoying myself a lot with this one. So yeah, we're having a good time over here, that's for sure. As far as reading goes, LMAO, I saw it, just good to know. Good to know. But yeah, I've been enjoying myself a lot. Should I do like a little introduction? Before I continue, I feel like it might be warranted. There's a lot of people over here just hanging out today. I don't know. Actually, hold up. Where did my... There's my mouse. Haha. Before I forget, because I got busy talking. Out. Or can I gotta remember to do the things. Is the aha? I want to do this before I forget. There we go. Mouse done right away. Yep. I got busy chatting, so I'm just like, oh shoot, hold up. But yep, the mouse did run away. It was one of those, oh dang. Oh dang. But yeah, we've been enjoying the things. I'm very happy to be able to read fiction. Who shot why at me? Oh my goodness. But yeah. Yeah, I've been doing the things. I'm just gonna do a little thing real quick. Because there's a bit more people than normal in here. So quick little things about me. Hi, Sybil Orleans here. Rabbit Spirit by proxy due to some shenanigans, and I like doing variety content. Obviously, we are also reading the spicy book right now. And yeah, we're just hanging out. That's it. That's all I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna head to bed. I don't normally stream this late. I did the wrong one. Whoops. See, this is what happens when I talk. I try to do the things and my brain goes, I don't usually stream this late. Have an amazing stream. Thank you. Bye-bye. Yeah, have a good sleep. Ah. I just punched my mic. Oh my goodness. Hold up. Bringober. Yeah. I hope you have a good sleep. And I am actually gonna take a break here in a second to let my dog outside. So, yeah. So, ooh. I'm also gonna pause the music so we don't have any trouble with ads while I'm gone. It's okay if I'm here. I'm okay with him doing the things and being just like, oh shoot. But I'd rather not put you all through suffering of ads, even if they're only a couple seconds. So there's that. I am going to BRB. So give me a second here. Boop. No, down. Like, oh my goodness. You. Come on. Wait. I gotta get back. Aha. Okay. Also, it is heckin' lovely outside right now. It feels like fall. It feels like fall, and I am so happy. All right. Do we continue story time, or do we go to something else? Hmm. Also, I'm gonna do the things correctly this time. Maybe. Hold up. Let me start the music again. First of all. I don't do the things very often, guys. You're gonna have to bear with me. You're gonna have to bear with me. I'm trying here. Did I do this? Aha! Yes. Okay. I don't do things very often because it's one of those things where it's just like, oh hey, wait, hold up, and then I get caught up in chatting. I'm trying over here. Okay. Do we want to continue story time? I think I might. I think I might continue story time. Do. Either that or more. I mean, we are at a very good and spicy part. I could leave it on a cliffhanger. I could leave it on a cliffhanger. I could. Oh, you know what? It is the last page in the chapter. We are going to finish the chapter. And then I'm gonna leave y'all hanging. Haha. How did Fallon last a month like this? He muttered. Fallon? Did Cinnamon hit him with a love potion too? I opened my mouth to question him, but was interrupted by a loud gurgle. The world flinched and put a hand to his stomach. Are you okay? I asked. Wait a He's lactose intolerant. Oh my goodness. He turned to me and smiled, waving it off. It's nothing. I'm fine. Another rumble sounded off. Are you sure about that? Yes, he blurted. Well, I've taken up too much of your time. I'll leave you for now and come back tomorrow to fix your door. Or sooner. To be frank, I'm not sure how long I can stay away from you. His smile faltered as another angry rumble filled the room. Thank you for the coffee and not kicking me out right away. Nodding a goodbye, Felix all but ran out of the house. Realization dawned as I recalled his adverse reaction to the sandwiches. You didn't spend your life in my profession without recognizing the signs of stomach Armageddon. Felix was allergic to cheese. Ooh, we get one from Felix's point of view. Yay! Nice. So, next chapter, we get Felix's point of view on the situation. Yay! We've only been following Bree. Alright. How long have I been going for, actually? Oh! That's not too shabby. Nice. I wasn't sure. I've been up for about as long as I have been streaming today. So I'm just like, hold up. I just want to check the things real quick. Because I have something to do later. So I wanted to double check. That thing would be errands and taking the Floof for a walk. He's actually behaving now. We got our Nylabone, huh? Yeah, we're just vibing now.
Mike Campbell, Patriot Software's founder.
I feel like I should just find a way to incorporate a counter now. I may have to ask Sherelle how she does the things with that. I may have to. What did you do? How did you scratch your head again, sir? Furthermore, back there. My floof is a doofus. I apologize for headphones. Hold on. Haha, caught that one. Haha. Alright. I am going to take this impatient floof for a walk. Because it has been a hot minute since we have gone on a walk. Because of weather. And it being over 100 degrees most of the month over here, so we need a walk. Don't we, bud? Yeah. So, with that being said, I'm gonna end stream here. And I hope you all have a sublime rest of your day. And I hope to see you at the next one. More than likely gonna continue the spicy book, not gonna lie. That's like the first chapter we get from his point of view, so I'm just like, I want to see where this is going. But I hope to see you at the next one. And yeah, I'm gonna take the flip for a walk. Bye!